Okay, I'm gonna give it a second for people to roll into the stream. The title, the journal video is exactly as it says. I'm gonna give you guys 19 different ways to tell if a girl wants to fuck you. Who am I to be telling you guys what that is? I'm a men's dating coach. Been doing this for a long fucking time. Coach thousands of clients in person and online. Worked for 4 different companies, one of which I was the head coach for. I now run my own company. Been doing it for a long time. Approached again 30,000 women at this point. So if there's anybody who is more than qualified to talk about this, it is 100% me. And unfortunately, a lot more qualified than other YouTubers. And I mean that. Uh, it's a little bit too easy nowadays to fake skills than it is to actually have them. Uh, if I knew all I had to do was marketing instead of actually have them become an incredibly good at this, fuck. I still would have went the same route, but would have been good to know. But here, I'll put it this way, guys. A lot of coaches that are in my industry, especially on YouTube, they make it sound like there are singular cues that will tell you if a girl likes you. That one single read is going to tell you if a girl is going to be into you or wants to have sex with you. That's not the case. It's going to be a conglomerate of a bunch of different cues, and the more cues you have, the more likely it is that a girl is into you. All right, so there's 19 of them. I'm going to go down the list of. They're in 3 different categories. So I'm going to go down the categories one at a time. And yeah, the more of these you guys know, the more likely you guys are to be able to read this. And as always, thank you guys for the 2 people that liked the video. Hey, free content. If you guys enjoy my stuff, if you guys want to ask any questions at the end, make sure to like the video. It will drive it up in the algorithm, does me a lot of good. All right, so with that being said, let's see. So you're saying you're 970K away from Bon Jovi's Million Faces being rocked? Honestly, I feel that a lot of what I say, I don't know if society's ready for it, really. I mean, you guys understand this pretty well, and you guys know that a lot of my stuff is very empathetic, and it's made in a way to where it's also, it's made so that women receive it well, and that you guys are received well by women. I don't like the shit bag tactics, really, not my thing. And I find that being authentic to who you are and being a good person in general does actually work out better, really, honestly. I feel like if I felt that being a dirtbag was a better route for most of you guys to get good with girls, I'd probably teach that. But it turns out being a good person, a good guy, not a nice guy, women actually like it. Women actually dig it. But yeah, so there's 19 different factors that you guys want to pay attention to when it comes down to if a girl likes you or not. So the first category is, are you that guy? Now, so a lot of you guys are in situations at work, maybe you guys are in social circles that you might not be the leader in. You might be at a job where you're not respected or revered in. Girls go for guys that are respected. And if you're not in a situation or group where you're looked at in that way and the girl knows you pretty well, it's unlikely. So that's the first of the cues to pay attention to. That's number one. How are you revered in the situation you're in or the group that you're a part of, that this girl is a part of? And if it's not that good, if it's not that well, don't expect the girl to be attracted to you. So that's cue number one. The second one is, are you in general a charismatic guy who has game? Are you cool? Are you considered a cool guy? If you're not considered a cool guy, if you're not masculine, if you are not afraid to put intent out there and you don't have strong values, if you are not equally as respected as you are liked, to be fair, it's unlikely the girl's going to be flirting with you or trying to fuck you, honestly. The chance that the girl would want to, I mean, would be probably if she gets drunk. But that's the truth of the matter. I mean, it's actually kind of funny. If guys drink more, we're more likely to have sex with a fat girl. If girls drink more, they're more likely to sleep with a loser. Kind of crazy. Uh, so we're gonna get to the second category in that case. Now that I'm done reaming you guys that are out of touch with the opposite sex, now we're gonna get into the actual cues from the women. So we're going to go to number three. So subtle cues. Number three, comparing you to people she considers attractive. So if you ever have a girl, which this is pretty common, if a girl compares you to somebody in her friend group who's considered attractive by the group, somebody such as an ex or maybe a celebrity she has a crush on, if a girl, generally speaking, says you look like some celebrity that is generally attractive to women, there's a good chance that she finds that guy attractive. And it's an extension of her saying you're attractive. And that will up the chances of her wanting to have sex with you legitimately. Complimenting your appearance, again, that's number four. This is very similar to the last one. If she's like complimenting anything on you, your eyebrows, your eye color, your height, your shoulders, your arms, anything about you physically, that's a good sign. Okay. Again, none of these signs are 100% indicating that it's not going to happen. But the more of more of these you have, the more likely your chances are that she does want to have sex with you. Just as a heads up. So the next one is pretty obvious if she's touching you a lot. Now, I also know girls that will touch people around them, and I'll get into that in a quick second. But if she is touching you quite a bit, it's a good sign. It's a good sign in general. Number six, are your words and mannerisms more valuable to her? So when you speak, when you talk, does she snap to attention, or does she not notice? When you go do something, is she watching you? When you go to the bar to go grab a water, is she hawk eyes on you, watching you walk to the bar? Does she does a lot of her focus and attention revert to you? Because people pay attention to that of value or threat. And if you're in a social environment where a girl's watching you a lot, it's very likely value. And value equals attraction. Value is respect, and girls fuck guys they respect. Uh, The next one actually is hard for a lot of you guys to read. This is number seven, Bambi eyes. It's tough for a lot of guys who haven't gamed a lot to read this, but it almost has this dreamy. It's eye contact, but it's dreamy. It's almost slightly unfocused. It's almost It's lingering, dreamy, Bambi-esque eye contact. And it's hard to even show you guys what that looks like, but it's almost the way that you would imagine a girl would look at a celebrity, for example. It would be something similar to that. Number eight, laughing at your jokes. If she's laughing at a lot of your jokes, she's trying to get your attention and she's trying she's trying to give you hints, really, honestly. She's trying to give you hints. Number nine, proximity. Again, if you want to know if a girl wants to fuck you, she's going to be getting pretty close to you. She's going to be comfortable, again, touching you, but also being close to you. She's going to be comfortable with that closeness. All right. And if she's giving closeness with a lot of eye contact, that's pretty fucking good. Those are really good signs that she wants to fuck. Now, we're going to get into the next section, which is situational cues. This one's a little bit longer than the others, but that's just simply because there's so many things to pay attention to. So this is environmental situations and situations about her past, the environment around her and her people, things like that. So the first one, number 10, is she in a relationship or is she single? Now, a lot of you guys, it sounds kind of obvious to you, a lot of you guys, but if a girl is in a relationship, the chances are that if she's flirting with you, the chances are she's actually just simply emotionally cheating, unless she has 100% chance of getting away with it if she does sleep with you, which means that her friends don't like her dude. They've been pushing guys to try to sleep with her, maybe. She is in a different city completely, where he's in another place, and she left without him. If she is talking shit on him a lot, these will raise the chances of a relationship not mattering. But if none of those things are the case, it's going to lower your chances that she is trying to fuck you significantly. And if she is flirting with you, chances are that she's just simply emotionally cheating, and she's unlikely to physically cheat. Number 11, where are you talking to her at? Is it a nightclub, a bar, a coffee shop? Is it Disneyland? If it's a place where, generally speaking, people don't have one night stands, unlikely to happen. Not saying that a coffee shop can't lead to a date, which will lead to sex, but it's less likely for it to happen there for sure. Clearly, but I've seen weirder stuff happen, and again, that's why none of these are 100%. I mean, I've slept with girls in the craziest situations in the day, McDonald's, coffee shops, like I've done it. But it's not your chances of that happening are very low and minimal, the same way they would be for me. Uh, number 12, she is treating you differently than platonic friends or anybody that she's not trying to have sex with, which actually takes us back to the touching, the proximity, the laughing. Uh, the people around you are going to be almost your thermometer in the water or your barometer or your horizon. So you're how close is she getting to you in comparison to people she's not trying to fuck? How much eye contact, how much laughing, how much proximity is she giving you in comparison to other people, to other guys, even like guys that you know she clearly isn't into? If it's the same thing, I wouldn't really put too much weight on it. Now, if she's doing something different than she's with other people, then that's a really good sign that if you have all these people over here where she's giving this amount of proximity, this amount of eye contact, she is paying attention to him about this much, but then she's giving you way more on the other side in comparison to these other people. You can bet that there's something a little bit extra special going on in the fact that she is giving you more energy than she does other people. So that's going to be a barometer based on for the subtle cues. That's going to help you guys out a lot and just noticing that, just paying attention to it. Even if you have a girlfriend and you feel like she's flirting with other guys and she says, "Oh, um, they're just friends." Well, is she treating her male friends differently than she does her female friends? Then that's a problem. So, uh, number 13, are her friends sexually liberated? Liberated. So, which actually, no, I just realized this. We could actually smash this in with the later one. So I guess this is now 18. That's what I get for trying to rush along a script. Okay, so I'm gonna smash two together. So now it's 18 different things. So here, let me fix that really quick. Put that together on the script. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna make it a little simpler. What is her culture? So you can look at her culture, you can look at the friends around her. The people she surrounds herself with are oftentimes like you're the aggregate of the 5 people you surround yourself with. What are her friends doing? Are her friends out that night trying to get sex? Chances are she is too. Um, Now, what is her culture again? Is she Mormon? Is she Eastern European, Western liberal, religious? Does she love Cardi B and she's all about wet ass pussy and that's her fucking song? That will all tell you what are the chances that she's trying to fuck you. Like that will all give you like hints on if she's the kind of person who will fuck you on a one night stand. How is she dressed? Provocatively, more business casual. That will also play a factor in this. That was number 14. Now number 15. She is she looking at you in a long-term or a short-term guy kind of a way? So is she saying what a nice guy you are? Does she think of you as being a successful, well put together person, or does she think of you as the rough and tough and bad boy? Like, what does she think about you as? Now, the more bad boy you are, the more likely she is to want to fuck you. And the more long-term esque you are, the less likely she is to want to do that. Does she feel that you are a judgy kind of a person? If she feels you're judgy, then she won't fuck you for sure. She'll put you on a 3 date route. So, because you're a judgy person, honestly, because she wants to prove to you that because she knows you'll judge her, she wants to prove to you that she's a good person or a good girl. Where as a bad boy type, she would fuck him on the first night, legitimately. How? Let's see. Number 16, does she have good relations with her dad? So if the dad's present, if the dad isn't present, if the dad is on shaky grounds with her and she says he's an asshole, chances are she's likely promiscuous. Honestly, it's usually a pretty good read. Um, Number 17, are her friends judgmental towards her, or does she worry about the judgments of her friends? So when she's hanging out with you separate from a group, is she constantly worrying what her friends think about her? Because if that's the case, then it's honestly up to the friends of whether or not you fuck her, not her herself, to a good extent. So how much do her friends like you? Do they like you at all? Do they not like you? Are they open to their friend going home with you, or are they standing on top of her, making sure that she doesn't leave? Well, it's not up to her; it's up to her friends because she doesn't have any Um, she doesn't have any she doesn't have faith in her own abilities. She needs other people to tell her what to do. Which you could become that person. You could be super dominant and pull her that way. But the chances that she's going to do that for you and her friends, you'd have to make that. You'd have to cover all your bases and make sure that her friends will not find out that she's going home with you, and also somewhere nearby. So it's just it makes it tenfold harder, and it's not going to be easy. Number 18, and the last one, age matters. So it matters in a different way though than a lot of people think. So in the early 20s to like maybe 24 to about 27, 28, 29, girls are now pretty jaded. So when girls are younger, less jaded, haven't been hurt as much yet, but as they get older, they start getting more hurt. They start getting more trauma. They start putting guys on the 3-date route. They'll oftentimes also say it too. They'll tell you that that's the case, that they're not. They'll make it very loud that they're not going to fuck you. They're not going to do this and this and this. By the way, that's just lip service. Oftentimes, it's not something really to pay attention to, but something to note. And then girls in the early 30s can also be that way too. And then as they start reaching their later 30s, and they start becoming more promiscuous again. That's just generally what I've seen. Um, it's a reaction to the dating market and what they've noticed. They're noticing that guys want to fuck them but not date them seriously. And as they get older, that becomes more prevalent oftentimes. And that kind of sucks, especially if your girl doesn't take care of herself. That's going to be pretty tough. But yeah, so those are the 18 different reasons. Just to give you guys synopsis. Number one, and I'll answer I'll go through the comments here in about 5 seconds. I'm just going to give you guys a quick synopsis. Number one, are you the guy? Are you like the alpha, the man in your situation/group? Number two, do you have game? Are you charismatic? Are you cool? Number three, comparing you to people that she considers attractive. That's pretty good. Number four, compliments your appearance. Number five, touching you. Number six, are your words and mannerisms more valuable to her than other people? Number seven, Bambi eyes. Number eight, laughing at your jokes. Number nine, proximity. 10, relationship or single. Is she in a relationship or is she single? Number 11, where are you guys at? A nightclub, a coffee shop, Disneyland, where are you guys at? Number 12, treating you different than platonic friends. Are you separated in the way that she treats you? Does she treat her guy friends the same way she does you? Number 13, are her friends sexually liberated? What is her culture? Number 14, how is she dressed? Number 15, man, this might need to get glasses. Number 15, is she looking at you as a long-term or short-term guy? Number 16, does she have good relations with her dad? Number 17, are her friends judgmental or does she worry about their judgment? And number 18, how old is she? And if you guys accumulate all these different pieces and you tally them up, you will have a pretty good idea of whether or not it's on or not. If you guys use this is what I found works really well for me. But yeah, so here, I'll read through some of the questions. Like the video, guys. Oh, yeah, thank you, man. I feel like you hold back on what you say somewhat. I don't. I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that either. You think cheating is the norm? I think cheating is a leveling thing. I mean, cheating is not. Cheating isn't a thing if you're honest with your partner and honest with yourself. If you're not ready for a relationship, don't be in a relationship. I mean, I see a lot of people do it when they're younger, honestly, and then grow out of it. Yeah. Hey, what's up, man? Your time is amazing, man. Thanks. What's up, Bryn? And Bryn, if after this, we'll get on the call and we'll get that figured out. Yeah, I missed all the Bambi eyes last weekend. Yeah, Bambi eyes are actually it's a very hard thing to read. But if you guys think you have Bambi eyes, approach and find out. That will help you guys learn how to read Bambi eyes better, honestly. But Bambi eyes are hard to read, especially for somebody who doesn't go out consistently. I can see it immediately, but it's because I've also been doing this for a long time. And this has been my job for a very long time. Another signal if she's laughing at something that isn't even funny. Oh, yeah. That kind of goes along with laughing, though. But yeah, I agree. Like if she's laughing at anything, laughing more than usual, yeah, it's usually a sign that she's into you. Actually, probably nervous around you too, which nervousness is not always a good thing. By the way, it could be trying to break bad tension. Just keep that in mind. On top of all of that, of course, yeah. Another one is that she's initiated a move for isolation. Yeah, but that rarely. I mean, yeah, that's true. But actually, no, that's a really good point. Actually, yeah, you're right. But I mean, that's actually I was gonna say it's so obvious, but really, I'm thinking about it. It's not so obvious for most guys. I take it back. That's not obvious for most guys. That's a good one, Mister Nobody or Ricardo. That one's good. I like that. So it's back to 19, guys. So now we have a number 19. So drop to 18. Now it's back to 19. Uh, an example of Bambi eyes is that video of Bezos' wife looking at Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm gonna have to look that up. That's funny if that's the case. Are Bambi eyes when the pupils dilate with attraction? Yeah, but it's more than that. It's like this, like kind of like I don't even know how to do it. It's like the eyes get kind of glassy. It's almost like the girl's in a trance in a way. Um, and it's not even that fast. I mean, it's pretty quick, but oftentimes it can be pretty fast too. So it's not even necessarily trance, but it's almost like the way you would imagine somebody would look if they were hypnotized. And it's not even that. It's like it's so hard to explain. It's very tough to explain. Well, here, honestly, that's pretty much all I want to say about this topic. I'm going to be shooting a long form video tonight. And let me see. The video is going to be about actually here. Maybe I can see what you guys think about this while you guys are on the thing. So I'm thinking about a handful of different video topics. So the number one that in my head that I was thinking about was this one. So from awkward to alpha, harnessing sexy body language. Another one I was thinking about was how an introvert can become seductive. Let's see. What she thinks when she meets you. That's another really good one I liked. And reacting to popular dating coaches, what they do wrong or what they do wrong and right. So if you guys like any of those here, let me know if you guys like any of those. I'll give it about 30 seconds for you guys to reply, and then I'll probably call it live 1 and 2. Yeah, I like to. Yeah, so how awkward. So from awkward alpha, harnessing sexy body language. The other one was how an introvert can become seductive. And here, I'll give you guys. I'll do it again. Doggy bowl dinner eyes. Yes, that's it. Yeah, Bambi eyes are like doggy bowl dinner eyes. Yeah, or like when a dog begs. That's here we go again. We're back to old school, Julian. Dog. So here, in here, I'll give you guys the other ones too again. So what she thinks when she meets you. I thought it'd be cool to break it down so you guys can understand how to optimize your approach. The other one was reacting to popular dating coaches, what they do right and wrong. And yeah, those are them. Let me make sure that's it. Yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna mispronounce your name, but Sura, yeah. Yeah, what she thinks when she meets you, an awkward to alpha. Yeah, see, I really like that title too. And also it'd be a fun video to make. And it has a lot of concepts that I haven't well, pretty much honestly, all these except for the yeah, there's a lot of new stuff I can teach you guys about these topics. That's why I like them too, because they're stuff that it wouldn't be rehashed old content. There's a bunch of new stuff I can show you guys. Um, yeah, I thought about reacting to popular dating coaches to be good too. It's just I would have to say negative things about some coaches, and some of the negative things about some of the coaches I'd say are coaches that I like. And it's not even like harsh criticism. It'd just be really slight stuff because I mean I have to say what they're doing wrong and right. That's kind of the video title. But I hate doing that because if I say one negative thing about a coach, it's almost like nowadays everything gets clipped and it's like he hates this coach. I'm like, no, I actually do really like that coach. And in a lot of ways, I think they're better coaches than I am. It has nothing negative to do with it, but I feel like that's how it's going to get spanned, especially on Reddit. And I don't need that. I don't need the heat. I don't need unnecessary heat with guys that I really like. I'm not trying to like. It's like I'm like, yeah, so Mike Tyson, he does all the shit right, and then he has this one thing that he fucks up on, and Mike Tyson sees like me say this one clip about how, and Mike Tyson thinks I don't think he can fight. Mike Tyson is now calling me up like, yo, I'll fuck your ass up, and I'm like shit, because like Reddit took one fucking thing I said, made it sound like I hated the guy or thought he wasn't a good boxer. So that's the only thing I don't like about that video. Um, okay, guys, I'll get bounced on you guys. Glad you guys came through though. This is a fun live. And I'll be coming out with the next video. That video I was talking about here in the next couple of days. And as for these other video topics, I might just turn them into lives. If I don't make this the video this week, I might take the other best ones and turn them into live. But I'm gonna make this a poll. I'll make it a poll and see what you guys think, and I'll have everybody vote on it. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. Peace.